Welcome to the Christian Men's Illustrated podcast. It's Jeremiah Johnson. I just saw Mission Impossible, the final movie, and I want to give you my official review. I liked it. It was great. So we got the final movie here, and I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown of it here. What was it called? Mission Impossible. It's the 8th installation of this movie, supposedly the final one. So spoiler alert, okay? Don't watch this if you don't want the spoil. I've never been concerned about spoilers. So here's the spoiler. Tom Cruise saves the world. Okay, did you think he wasn't going to save the world? He saved the world, okay? So anyway, the world is all right. We're all still alive. Thank you, Tom Cruise. So let me just give you a breakdown of what I thought of the new Mission Impossible movie. Again, I'm just in no particular order. But anyway, let's start off with this. It always takes me a few minutes to get over Tom Cruise's Scientology weirdness. Okay, so I have to disconnect the real person, Tom Cruise, who's this total Scientology goofball weirdo kind of person that I at least read about or whatever. So it takes me a few minutes to be like, okay, just get over that. Just enjoy the movie. And if I could give anyone advice for watching movies in general, you should always know what you're getting into when you go to whatever movie you're watching so that you can enjoy it. So for example, I've actually watched a couple movies this month. I went and saw Minecraft with my boys. You know, a lot of people are like, that movie's just so dumb. Like, oh my goodness. It's not supposed to be, it's a serious movie. It's a kid's movie based off a video game. So always keep in mind, whatever movie you're going to see, just keep in mind what you're watching. So when you go to see Mission Impossible, you're going to watch an action movie. That nothing more, nothing less. It's not an Academy Award winning movie. It's an action movie, okay? And that is exactly what this is. So I'm right out of the gate, I would give this movie 9 out of 10 because as much as I'm not the biggest Tom Cruise fan in the world, you cannot deny that Tom Cruise makes a great action film. So it's like the last Top Gun was amazing. Like it was great. So once again, this is just straight up for all of us Christian men. And it wasn't a lot of swearing. There wasn't any like sex scenes in it or whatever. So just a straight up action movie, not just for dudes. But anyway, I'm talking to Christian Men's Illustrated podcast. So I'm saying it was a great action movie, 9 out of 10, and I enjoyed it. So it's nice to have an action film that, and I'm going through my notes here, doesn't exclusively lean on blue screen, green screen visual effects. So I love Marvel. I love superhero movies. Super excited for Superman that's going to come out. Definitely going to take some guys to go check that one out. But this movie's kind of nice in that, yes, I'm sure there's lots of effects that were going on, but the big scene was Tom Cruise. It's 2 old school airplanes. He's jumping from one to the other and a fight scene while the old school airplane's going on. So it's refreshing to watch a great action movie that doesn't have all this visual effects, that's not just filmed in some giant blue warehouse. This was actually on planes, having to film that. So I thought that was exceptional. So again, if you go to this movie just to watch the action scenes, great. Okay, 9 out of 10. So go check it out. Then Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise loves to film himself running. Have you noticed this? At least in the Mission Impossible, he just must think he looks so good on film sprinting. And clearly, Tom Cruise, he's in great shape, looks good, but I always find it hilarious. Why does he ever, and there's multiple times we have to have like these sprinting scenes. He's going really fast and everything. He must just really enjoy himself or enjoy watching himself sprint because there's always this fast sprinting scene in the Mission Impossible series. Okay. So along with that, I want to give a shout out to Tom Cruise. You look great for your age, but put some clothes on. This was my other notation. So there's a big epic fight scene where Tom Cruise he's running on a treadmill because he's getting ready to do this scuba dive, deep underwater scuba dive. And then he's in his essentially underwear running on a treadmill and the guy attacks him with a knife. And there's this just giant epic fight scene where he's, in his underpants. It's like, bro, we don't need to see you just because you're in good shape. Awesome. We don't need to see you in your underpants. Okay. Kind of thing. So that, and then at the end, he has to like go back to the top of the water, and then he has to take his scuba suit off again. He's in his underwear. So like 2 times he's like in his underwear. I'm like, I didn't really need to see that. So keep the scuba suit on. do a fight scene without Tom Cruise in his underwear. Not like it wasn't bad or anything. It wasn't like inappropriate, if you will. Just shout out to Tom Cruise. Stay in good shape. You're an inspiration. But yeah, put some clothes on. Anyway, there you go. I think they were hoping, this was the one part that got me going, was that, so the U.S. president in this film is a woman, is a black woman. Angela Bassett, I think, I'm pretty sure, was on there. And so she is the president. So she's a female president, black president. And I think, they were, when they filmed this, or because obviously they just didn't film it yesterday. So I really think that they thought like, man, Kamala is going to win this. She's going to be the first black female president. We'll put a black female president in the movie. This is just going to line up so great and awesome. So anyway, there you go. I do like Angela Bassett as an actress. She made a good female president, by the way. She would actually be a better female president than Kamala Harris. But anyway, I thought that was kind of funny that they had that additive in there to the movie. So then, obviously, in an ending movie or in a great movie, someone's got to die, right? Someone's got to die in a great movie. So Luther, who's a part of the Mission Impossible team, he's the one who has to bite the dust in this movie. And as I did some research, they were saying that they thought they might kill off Tom Cruise because this is supposed to be the last Mission Impossible. So that some thought that they would potentially kill off Tom Cruise to end this 8-part Mission Impossible series, but instead Luther dies. And then the bad guy, Gabriel, dies. So that was kind of an epic scene. I'll let you see that one. I wouldn't spoil that one, but kind of how he dies is kind of funny, like interesting after the final fight scene. And then finally, if you really want the storylines, you want good storylines, the storyline was a little choppy because they're trying to like mesh together 8 movies. So they're flashing back to different things. So even myself, like I'm pretty sure I've seen most, if not all, of the Mission Impossible movies, but as they're flashing back to stuff, it almost distracted me because I was like, I don't remember. I kind of remember. Anyway, I'm not going to go watch all 7 Mission Impossible movies just to see this movie. And so, yeah, it was a little bit choppy in that regards. People complain about that. But then here was my prediction is when I was watching the movie, because I'm predicting stuff as I'm watching the movie, is that Grace or Haley Atwell, and I thought maybe they're setting her up to be the next Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Because, like all these series, like these superheroes, they're trying to transition from male leads to female leads. Like even James Bond. I don't know if this is true or not. Like I heard that we should have a female James Bond. And because Mission Impossible is a lot like James Bond in some regards, I was like, are they trying to set up a female like Mission Impossible? And as much as I would actually say she's like probably top of my list for actresses. She's great. I thought like, oh no, are they going to have her be the next Mission Impossible Tom Cruise? And then a couple more things here is it was really long, man. I saw it at Regal Cinemas, and Regal Cinemas, they have super long previews. And then I saw a 7:00 movie. By the time we got done with the movie, it's 10:30, 10:45. It was a long movie, right? There's a point in the movie that I thought, oh, it's going to be a 2-part. It's going to be a 2-part last movie kind of thing. Because I thought this movie's got to be ending here. There's no way they keep going. And they kept going. So it's a really long movie. And I will just conclude with saying this is that all great series must come to an end. So let's move on. Mission Impossible, it was great. Tom Cruise, you're getting up there in age. You're in great shape. But I think it's time to just say that was great. Come up with a new one, new Mission Impossible, some other kind of thing, whatever it might be. So anyway, there you go. I thought it's a good movie. So Christian Men's Illustrated, I do recommend it as a strong action movie if you're trying to go check one out this summer. So that's what I got. And, let me know what you think if you go check out the new Mission Impossible. That's my review. Talk to you next time.